Yes. In the last class, we have seen about an example on star delta transformation. So in both the examples, what we have seen majorly is from delta to star transformation. One example we will solve today on star to delta, and then we will move on to the examples on sources. Okay. So take the statement. Find the star equivalent network of the given circuit. Okay. Find star equivalent. Find the star equivalent of given network. Okay. So the network given is see. So this is the given equivalent circuit. Okay. Sorry, the given circuit. Now I need to find the star equivalent. The values given are 8 ohms, 4 ohms, 12 ohm, 16 ohms. This is 5, 3, 7 ohm, 14 ohms, and 18 ohms. All are in ohms, okay? All are in ohms. Now I need to find the star equivalent circuit of the given delta network. Okay, so this network will be combination of both star and delta connections. Okay, so here I will take this as 4, 12, and 16. So I have an inner delta formation here. So let this be A dash, B dash, and C dash. Okay, inner delta formation. I will convert this 4, 16, 12 ohm delta connected circuit to the star connected one. Okay, I will do it for star connected one. Okay, then we'll see what will happen. Now let this be. So this is the equivalent star of this delta. So let this be R A dash, R B dash, R C dash. Okay, R A dash, R B dash, and R C dash. So now I will convert this delta of 4, 16, and 12 ohm into star. Now you can observe this 5 ohm and RA dash will be in series, RB dash and 3 ohm will be in series, RC dash and 7 ohm will be in series. So that will form a star connection. Okay. Now let me take RA dash. It is a delta to star. Multiply the two resistances connected to the terminal A dash divided by the total resistances in the delta. So R A dash is 4 into 12, 4 into 12, 4 ohm is connected to A dash, 12 ohm is connected to A dash. Multiply those two as per the formula. This is as per the formula divided by all the three resistances in delta 4 plus 12 plus 16. So this will be equals to 48 divided by 32. 48 divided by 32. This is equals to 48 by 32. 1.5 ohms. 1.5 ohms. Now RB dash, product of two resistances connected to the terminal B dash. that is 4 ohm and 16 ohm, divided by 4 plus 12 plus 16. So that is 16 for the 64 divided by 32. It is 2 ohms. Okay, it is 2 ohms. RC dash is product of two resistances connected to C dash, sum of all the three resistance, that is 12 into 16 divided by 4 plus 12 plus 16. So 12 into 16 plus 32. 192 divided by 32. Okay. So 192 divided by 32. That is 6. So these are the star equivalent resistances of the inner delta formation. Now I will replace this by the inner star. So this is RA dash. RA dash is 1.5 ohm. RB dash is 2 ohms. And RC dash is 6 ohms. Okay. So you can add these two resistances. So this equivalently I will give it as 5 plus 1.5, 3 plus 2, 6 plus 7. So 5 plus 1.5, 6.5 ohms. 3 plus 2, 5 ohms. And 6 plus 7, 13 ohms. Now there is a outer delta connection. A, B and C. So this is 14, this is 18 and this is 8 ohms. Okay. So now you can convert the inner delta into the inner star into delta. Okay. I can convert this inner star connected network into delta. Then I will get a delta with parallel resistances in each side of the delta connection. Okay. Now if you convert this inner resistance into delta, I will take this little bit larger one. So let this be A, B and C. Okay. So this is 8 ohms. 18 ohms and 14 ohms. Okay. So now I can convert inner star connection into delta connection. Okay. So equivalently, I will take this one. So with the blue color, what you are seeing is the equivalent circuit of inner star into delta. Okay. So let this be RAB, RBC, and RCA. Okay. Now I can convert this inner star to delta. Now what is the formula for conversion of star to delta? RAB is equals to RA plus RB plus RA into RB divided by RC. This is as per the formula. Okay. Similarly, RBC is equals to, you can refer the formula, RB plus RC plus RB into RC divided by RA. RCA is equals to RC plus RA plus RC into RA divided by RB. So this is the formula for star to delta conversion. Okay, star to delta conversion. Now I need RAB. So from this RAB is, as per the formula, is equals to RA is 6.5 ohm, RB is 5 ohm. RA plus RB plus RA into RB divided by RC, that is 30 ohm. Okay. So this will come out to be, you have to calculate it. So with the calculation, it will be 14 ohms. RAB is 14 ohms. Now RBC is RB, that is 5 plus RC 13 plus 5 into 13 divided by RA 6.5. Is 28 ohms. RCA, RC 13 plus RA 6.5 plus 13 into 6.5 divided by RB 5. It's 36.4. Now these are the three resistances. Those are converted into delta from the inner star connection. Okay. So now I will replace the inner star with the inner delta. So now RAB is 14 ohms. RBC is 28 ohms. RCA is 36.4 ohms. Now we can observe there are two delta in exactly parallel to each other. Okay, there are two delta exactly parallel to each other. 8 ohm parallel to 14, 18 ohm parallel to 28, 36 parallel to 14. Now take the parallel combination of this. Now RAB is 14 into 8 divided by 14 plus 8. RBC 28 into 18 divided by 28 plus 18. RCA 14 into 36.4 divided by 14 plus 36.4. So this comes out to be 5.09 RAB 10.95 10.11. This is the grand delta connection after the parallel combination. I will redraw it here only. So this RAB is 5.09, RBC 10.95, RCA 10.11. Okay. So now I want the delta star equivalent circuit. Okay. So convert the star equivalent circuit delta to star. Okay. Now RA, RB, and RC. You please do that. I will not solve it now again because you know the conversion way. You can do it on your own. Okay. So this is how we have to convert delta to star or star to delta. Okay. So the other way what we could do is you can convert the outer delta of the statement given. Okay. Outer delta you could have converted into the star. Inner delta converted into the star. Now inner delta is converted into star now. You can convert outer delta into star. Now two star will be in parallel to each other. But it is a little bit complex connection. Okay. It is not exactly like two delta into parallel connection. So that will add more complexity in the solution. So therefore, we followed this process. Okay. So I hope it is clear to you. If not, you can get back to me at any point of time. So next we'll move to the examples on sources. Statement, that is the circuit shown below into a single voltage source in series with equivalent resistance, okay, between A and B. Reduce the circuit shown below into a single voltage source in series with the equivalent resistance between A and B. So the circuit given is So this is the circuit given. Okay. So now this circuit has to be reduced to a single voltage source, practical voltage source in series with the internal resistance of that source. Okay, so whatever the resistance will fall in series with the source, that we consider as internal resistance. Okay. So generally we see that the resistances will be in series with the voltage source and in parallel to the current source. But here you observe there is a resistance in parallel to voltage source and in series with current source. Now, whenever we go into the circuit reduction techniques, okay, whenever we go for circuit reduction techniques, we generally do not consider the redundant elements, okay, or branches, which will not contribute for anything. Say, there is a current source of 6 amperes. There is a current source of 6 amperes. It will flow in this branch. Now, this resistance, generally we add resistance into the circuit to limit the current or to create the voltage drop. If that voltage drop created will affect the current flow in that branch or not, we will study. But when I put a resistor in series with a current source, see the value of current in this branch, let us take this as this point as X. The value of current in the branch XB is independent of any resistance added in the branch because that current is due to the source value of the current source. So whether I add 10 ohm resistor or 100 ohm resistor, the branch current of XB will be 6 amperes from B to X. It won't change. Therefore, the presence of this 10 ohm resistor will make no difference. The presence of this 10 ohm resistor will make no difference. And also the node voltage X at X is not dependent on the voltage drop at 10 ohms. Is depending upon the voltage drop at 4 ohms, depending upon what current that 4 ohms will carry. Okay, because this branch XB is characterized by current but not the voltage drop because it carries a current source. So the branch that carries current source, is characterized by current, not characterized by voltage drop. So therefore, I am completely free to make this 10 ohm taken away from the circuit because it adds no significance in the circuit operation. This is one case. Second case, you observe a resistance across a voltage source. You can observe the resistance across voltage source. The resistance across voltage source, okay, is also neglected because the node voltage here, say for example Y, the node voltage at Y is not due to the drop across 6 ohm but due to the source of 10 volts. If you consider it as a node here, okay. Now here you observe the voltage drop between A and Y, that is across 2 ohms. The voltage drop across A and Y or across 2 ohms is independent of the resistance 6 ohms. So whether this 6 ohms is present across 10 volts or not, the voltage drop across 2 ohms will not change. Okay. So therefore, even if I take out this 6 ohm from the circuit, I can still maintain the same circuit voltage and currents without any deviation. So in my simplification or circuit reduction, I will neglect this 6 ohms also. So what we can understand from this is any resistance that will fall in series with current source, exactly in series with current source, and any resistance that will fall exactly in parallel to the voltage source can be directly neglected and eliminated from the circuit. That we can do. Okay, because their significance is not there. Okay, there is no significance of those components in circuit reduction technique. So my circuit reduction will become simpler. So here I will take a note. Okay. 10 ohm resistor is in series with current source and hence can be neglected. This is one point. Second point, 6 ohm resistor is in parallel with voltage source and is neglected. Okay, so now I will take out the resistors 6 ohm and 10 ohm. Okay, I will not redraw it because of space restriction. I will adjust it here only. Okay. Yes. So now it is convenient. There is a current source in parallel to 4 ohms, voltage source in series, current source in parallel to 5 ohms. So I want the equivalent voltage source between A and B. So I have to be obtaining a series connection of sources, because when I want voltage source, it is convenient for me to add the voltage values which are in series. Okay. So now, but see here, one voltage source and other voltage source will come in parallel. So now what I will do, I will convert 10 volt 2 ohms into current source and 4 ohms 6 amps into voltage source, because there is a current source here. Now if I convert 5 ohm 10 amps into voltage source, now two voltage sources will come in parallel. Again that has to be converted to current source. Again take the equivalent current source, then again convert it into voltage source. That is a double work. If I convert 10 amp 5 ohm into voltage source, again I have to convert that voltage source into current source. So what I will do now, this voltage source 10 volt 2 ohms I will convert into current source. Two current sources will be in parallel. I can add them easily. I will convert this current source into voltage source, because at the end I have to add this voltage source to the terminal A connections. Okay. So now transform 10 volt 2 ohm to current source. Transform 10 volt 2 ohm into a current source and 6 amps 4 ohm to voltage source. To voltage source. So what I get now? This is terminal A. Already I have 5 amperes. Sorry, 5 ohms and 10 amperes. I will get 2 ohms and one more current Now the direction of EMF of the source is upward. Positive sign is upward, so the arrow mark will be upwards for this current source. So let this be I. I will mark it as I, and here I am converting it into the voltage source. This is 4 ohms. Direction of arrow mark is upwards, so positive sign of the voltage source will be upwards. This is B. No, this is V. Now what is I? I is equals to simple source voltage by series resistance. 10 volts divided by 2 ohms, that is 5 amperes. So this is 5 amperes. V. Source current multiplied by internal resistance. So that is 6 into 4, 24 volts. Okay, that is 24 volts. Now convert this into equivalent circuit. Now I have two current sources in parallel. Depending upon the direction of the current source, I can add or subtract. Now both of the sources are in the same direction, upward. So the current will get added. 5 amps and 10 amps will get added at this node. And these two resistances, 2 and 5, are in parallel. So I will take the equivalent resistance of 2 and 5 in parallel and the equivalent current value of 5 amps and 10 amps to into addition. Okay, so this I will get it as equal to, this is terminal A, so the total direction of current or the direction of total current is upwards because both are in the same direction. Okay. So this is 5 plus 10, 15 amperes, and this is 2 parallel 5. So this is R. I will take it as R equals to 2 into 5 divided by 2 plus 5. So 10 by 7. Okay. It will be around 1.42 ohms or so. Okay. That is 1.42. Okay. Now convert this current source into voltage source because I want the equivalent voltage source between A and B. So all the current sources must get now converted to voltage source. This is terminal A. B. This is 24 volts and 4 ohms. The direction of current is upward, so therefore positive sign will be upwards. Okay. And resistance is 1.42 ohms. Now what is the value of this voltage? Say V1. Now V1 is, we already have taken as this voltage. V1 is equals to 1.42 into 15. 1.42 into 15. It is 21.42. So this is 21.42 4 2 volts. Now you can observe there are two voltage sources in series and two resistances in series. Okay, so the equivalent circuit will be two resistances 1.42 plus 4. Okay, so that is 5.42 ohms. Now observe the direction of EMFs of both the sources. They are in the same direction. Okay, plus is connected to minus of this 21.42. So therefore, these two source values will add up. So 24 plus 21.42. So it will be 45.42. So this is terminal A. Conversion of the entire circuit into the single voltage source between the terminals A and B. Okay. So observe where at all I can convert it from voltage source to current source. We should be first observing which is more advantageous. See, when we go for circuit reduction techniques, as we move ahead with the solution, the number of steps should go on decreasing. There should not be increase in number of steps. Okay. So therefore, first we should recognize which all sources must be converted from voltage to current or current to voltages. So that observation must be done. Okay. We will take next example. Reduce the given circuit into a single equivalent current source. Reduce the given circuit into a single equivalent current source. So I have to convert this circuit into equivalent current source. Okay. Now I can convert this voltage source into the current source, or I can convert these voltage sources into the current sources. Now first I have to do the same thing because there is no current source that can be converted to voltage source. Only voltage sources I have. So what I can do is first I will convert this voltage source in current source, and I will not touch this voltage source until the end, because this voltage source has come in series with the terminal A and B. So at the end, I can add this voltage source to the other voltage source, and equivalent voltage source I will get. Then I can convert easily that to the current source. Now there are two voltage sources in parallel. Generally we have seen voltage sources will not come in parallel. But if it is ideal voltage source, then I have to neglect that. But it is a practical voltage source. Now I have a way to come out that I can convert these two voltage sources into current sources. They will fall in parallel. I can get the equivalent current source, convert that back to voltage source. Okay, so that can be done. Now, convert 9 volts and 10 volt sources to current source. Okay, convert 9 volts and 12 volt source to current source. So I will keep this 2 volt 1 ohms as it is. I won't change that. Okay. So this is 3 ohm. This is 6 ohm. Now observe the direction of 9 volts. It is the positive direct sign is upward. So let this be current I1 is upward of this 9 volts. Okay. Or if you really want to give the name, it you can take I 9 volts. It is very easy to recognize. And this is I 12 volts. Don't confuse with the 12 volts and current I. That is only to recognize which current of which source. And observe the 12 volt source is downwards. The direction of 12 volt is below. Positive sign of the 12 volt source is downwards. Therefore, the arrow mark will be downwards. Now, what is I 9 volts? Is equals to voltage value of source divided by resistance. So, it is 9 volts divided by 3 ohms, which is equals to 3 amperes. What is I 12 volts? Voltage value 12 volts divided by resistance 2 ohms. That is, sorry, 6 ohms, 2 amps. So this is 3 amps flowing upward, 2 amps flowing downward. Now if I want to convert this into equivalent current source, now there are 2 currents flowing in opposite direction. So the net current is larger current minus smaller current with the direction equal to larger current. Now 3 ampere is flowing upward, 2 ampere current is flowing downwards. So the net current is 3 ampere minus 2 ampere with the direction upward. So this will come out to be this is resistance R. So this is 3 minus 2, that is 1 amperes with the direction of 3 amperes because 3 ampere is larger current, it is flowing upward. So the net current will flow upward. That's simple. In series with 2 volts and 1 ohms. Now what is the resistance R? R is a parallel combination of 3 ohm and 6 ohm. So R is equals to 3 into 6 divided by 3 plus 6. So 18 by 9, it is 2 ohms. Okay, so R is 2 ohms. 3 minus 2 amperes. Don't get confused at later stage. Now I have current source and voltage source. Okay, now what if I convert this 2 volt 1 ohms into a current source? Now if I convert a 2 volt 1 ohm into a current source, what will happen is 2 current sources will come in series. Again, that series current sources should be converted to voltage source, add the voltage source, get back the current source. Instead of doing that, I will simply convert this one current source into voltage source, add these 2 voltage sources, and I will get back the equivalent current source. Okay, so only I told at the initial point that I will not touch this 2 volt 1 ohms till the end. Okay. Now convert current source to voltage source. Because there is only one current source. So if you want, you can mention convert 1 ampere current source to voltage source. That's it. So I can do that. So resistance is 2 ohms. Direction of current is upward. So therefore positive sign of the voltage source will be upward, and voltage, it is V. So V is equals to source value of the current multiplied by resistance value. So 1 volt into 2 ohms. That is 2 volts. So this is 2 volts. Okay. So now observe, this 2 volt 2 ohm is in series with 2 volt 1 ohm. Equivalently, I can get the voltage source. So the direction of both of the source is in the same direction. Plus of 2 volt source is connected to minus of next 2 volt source. So therefore they will add up. Okay. So between A and B, plus minus, it is 4 volts, and resistance is 4 ohms. Sorry, 3 ohms. 2 ohms and 1 ohm. Okay. Now convert this into current source. Simple. Between A and B, so resistance will be 3 ohms, and current direction of voltage source is upwards. Positive sign is upward. Therefore, direction of current source will also be upward. So the value of current I is, okay, I is equals to voltage value into divided by current value. That is 4 volts divided by 3 ohms. So this is equals to I is equals to 4 by 3 is 1.33 amperes. So 1.33 amperes. So this is about the source transformation. Okay. So in the next class, we will look into source shifting. Okay. Today you can practice examples on this, and next you can go with source shifting. Okay.